Hey guys, it's Karen and welcome back, and I'm going to go ahead and give you another update for our July budget and how we're doing. So we're about midway through the month, and I thought I'd just go over and show you guys how it's going. And I did make some changes on the budget, so I will show you guys those. So go ahead and start off with our income. Pretty much right on track right now. My husband is expecting to make a little bit over his normal, and then I should be pretty much right on track. And then our side jobs, like I said in my last video, we definitely picked up a lot more side jobs this month than we expected to, so that's been really nice, and I'm thinking that possibly it'll go up a little bit higher still before the end of the month. And so right now, our income for the month is $1,190.95, but we're definitely going to be bringing in more than that. So for our expenses, I want to show you guys this real quick. Now I showed you this last time. That was just like a recap from June, everything that happened. But we did find out that the taxes that I mentioned that we had to pay to the city that our CPA set up, the city contacted me, and we're actually getting money back. He had us pay a little bit too much, so we are going to be getting about $280 back from the city taxes that we paid. So that's really nice. I was really excited to find that out, and that will really help to get that back. And then, as you can see, we have Busch Gardens tickets on here. I added this onto the budget now. For this month, because we found out that my husband's family is going to be coming down here to Florida, and they're going to be visiting. So it's the first time that they've been down since we moved. So we definitely want to spend some time with them, and they're coming down at the end of this month. So one of the things that they wanted to do was go to the parks. They were planning on going to Disney, but that wasn't going to work out for us because of like the blackout dates that was on there. So we ended up deciding that Busch Gardens would be fine. When we looked to see how much tickets were, it was definitely a much better deal for us to do the annual pass. I think the tickets was going to be over $100 a person for just like one day, or around $100 a person for just one day. So for like around $400, it's going to be we could use it for an entire year, no blackout dates, so that will be really nice. It's not too far from us, so that will be something that we can do. We'll just have to make sure we pack our own. We'll just have to make sure we pack our own food and try to keep it pretty cheap when we're there. But we are really excited to go with them. Wasn't something that we were planning on doing, but I think it'll be really good, and it'll be a really good time with them. So we wanted to do that, so I did add that in here, and you'll see it at the bottom. So you guys have seen the water electric phones have come out. Internet still has not come out yet this month, but it will be $19.99. Our internet provider is Comcast, and we've had this rate for a year now. And we were actually like at the end of that period, so we did have to call about that because it was going to go up considerably amount, and we did not want to pay that. So we called, my husband talked to him, and the only like other option was to add like this basic cable plan, because right now we don't have any cable or anything, any streaming. So it was like going to be a little bit cheaper than the other plan was, but we really didn't want cable anyways. So we were going to do that, and it was going to go up $10, and then we found out that it was going to be even more than $10. They didn't tell us about some fees that was going to be on there. So we called again and told them that we did not want it. We were going to just cancel it because we were not willing to pay that much. And we were able to get our $19.99 rate again for a year. So really excited about that. We really don't need the cable. We don't watch TV. We do watch like movies and things like that from the library. So anyways, that worked out really good. So we are going to save a little bit of money from not having to raise that. So that is going to be staying the same for another year. And then our health, all that was paid already. So for grocery for the month, we're at $66.08. I think this is actually pretty good, considering last month we didn't do any grocery shopping. We have just been eating out of our freezer and our pantry, and we still are doing that. We did pick up a good bit of food and different things that we needed that we were running low on, which I'll probably do a grocery haul this week, I think. So that we're doing good. We're on track with groceries for the month. And dining out, this one we're not as on track on. We spent $84.42, and we just need to kind of slow down on that. So we are really going to be eating at home more. We still have a gift card to a restaurant that we can use to kind of help us with breaking this dining out habit. We do love to eat out. So trying to keep that down. So we're definitely over more than what we should be at this point in the month. So we're going to try to cut back on that. And then gas, we are doing really well on gas right now. We've only spent $26.50. So that's really good. We haven't been doing much driving lately, so that's helped. And then household, $37.39. I don't think we'll have to buy anything else, so hopefully this will be it. But we did pick up some TV trays. We didn't have anything, so that way when we do want to just sit out in the living room and eat, we can do that. And then we picked up some sunscreen because we go through that pretty fast here. And then we also picked up some new sheets for the bed. So that is for household. And then for home, we've spent $24.93. We picked up a couple AC filters and also paint, which I said in the last one, we painted our end tables. We were going to buy new ones, and they are just going to be too expensive. So we didn't want to do that. We just painted them, and they look really nice. Turned out really well, and we're happy with them. So definitely a lot cheaper than buying new ones. Entertainment, we haven't spent anything in that, and probably won't this month. Allowance, our normal $80. And then miscellaneous, we've spent $21.36 so far. This was for some bird food and some bird treats. And then also a clothing item, which I mentioned in my last one. I decided to just put this in miscellaneous because we don't have a normal clothing category because we hardly ever buy clothing. And then I added this one on here, business. We did spend $126, and I put this in a business category because this is for our side jobs that we do. So like one of the things that we do on the side is lawn mowing. And so we bought a mulching kit for the mower and some tools that we needed for it, and then some blades. So we also bought a blade sharpener, so that way we can do everything at home now. We don't have to have anyone else do that. So we went ahead and spent a little bit of money and kind of did some things that needed done. So $126 for that. And that should be good for a long time now. And then we can start sharpening our own blades. So that's really nice. And then, like I said, I have the Busch Gardens tickets on here. I put $4.50. I'm pretty sure it's going to be definitely less than that. I just did a little bit more just to cover like taxes and everything, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be less than $4.50. So I got that in there. We haven't done it yet. We probably will. We're just going to like make sure, confirm with them, make sure they're definitely going there before we do this. And then we'll probably buy them, I don't know, in the next week or so. And, okay, so one thing that I did change on here, as you can see, I put like sinking funds on here. These, I don't have separate categories. We don't do envelope system or anything. These just go into our savings account. So we have like an emergency fund and we have a savings. And I just act as, the savings acts as our sinking funds. So that's where I put these kind of things in. But I just kind of wanted to really designate it and put it in its own spot. So our car insurance, our home insurance, our property tax, we do not pay this monthly, even though it's on the budget every month, but it is not paid monthly. We do pay it, our car insurance through Geico is paid every 6 months, is the policy term. So we pay it the full 6 months, and then our home insurance, we pay the full year when it's due. And then property tax as well is going to be for the year. So I just like to have this on here because I do want to make sure that we save for that every single month when they are due. So that's kind of why I put it in a different spot. It doesn't really change anything. I just kind of want it separate so I can see it and know what actually needs to go into the savings for those categories. So that's what that's for. I don't know if I'm going to add any more sinking funds on here. We'll see. So that's what I got so far. And so the month's going pretty good. Like the Busch Gardens tickets, that's definitely a lot more of an expense than we were planning. But I know it'll be good with his family, and it's something that we'll be able to use as entertainment and just really have to pay for gas, and we'll just pack our own lunches and things like that. So I think it'll be good. And so that is everything. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys everything so far. July's going pretty well, and just trying to bring in as much money as we can and just try to get our savings kind of boosted back up. We still have money in there. We're doing okay, but we definitely had to take quite a bit out last month, and I just want to replace that. So that's kind of an update where we're at mid-month. Doing pretty well on track, and I will have another update. I'm not going to do an update between now and the end of the month, so I'm just going to do my regular July report at the end, so you guys see that at the end of the month, and I will update you guys again in that video, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye everyone.